Anyways, I reached another 10 crypto keys, which means in the next episode, I get to spin the wheel. Now that's over and done with, let's get into the spin. Alright, you know what time it is. Wait, what's the time? Yeah, it's 3:22 PM and we gotta spin the wheel. Alright, time to spin. Ready, set. SMG again? I'm not complaining. Do you see me complaining? So if you excuse me, I'm going to go play some games and then I'm going to commentate it and then I'm going to edit it. So we landed on the SMG once again, which means I get to use an SMG again until I reach another 10 crypto keys. So just like the last time when I landed on the SMG, I didn't know what to pick. Like at the time, I was just thinking to myself, should I keep the Vespa or should I just move on to another SMG? You know, test out the waters and whatnot. And all of a sudden, I saw the VMP. And at the time, it sounded like a pretty decent gun. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with it? So knowing that, I picked the Weevil instead. Yeah, I know. And to be perfectly honest as to why I picked the Weevil over the VMP, it's because it sounded funny, alright? Weevil. What kind of name is Weevil? And lastly, I had to change my specialist because I simply felt that Activision was just giving me AIDS when using the scythe. And so I thought to myself, if I can't beat the AIDS, why not join them then? Hence why I changed my specialist to the H.I.V. H.I.V. E specialist, also known as the Hive. But I'm gonna say H.I.V.E because it just sounds funnier. Alright, now moving on into the first game. Domination on the map Fringe. With the new Weevil and the new specialist, it was time to kick some Fuck that, I'm out of here. Fracture on the map Breach was my first official match. And firstly, before I go any further, I just gotta say this right now. What the fuck is going on? But this time, I didn't leave the match, because essentially it was just the beginning. For us at least. The other team are, well, they're quite ahead. But I mean, let's be honest here, the game just started, so really anything could have happened. I mean, when I joined the game, everything was going well for me at the start. I mean, I shot down a HCXD, which was in mid-air. I know, right? Pretty badass. And got a kill. I mean, God knows what this guy was doing, but I made him my female dog, aka my bitch. I'm serious, he's my female dog. This is just getting weird now. What the f? But then all of a sudden, without even noticing, and I was just like, what? Already? The game just started, and the other team has got their Wraith? If anything, I was just more confused than annoyed, cause it just made me think, if they got a Wraith this early in the match, I wonder what would happen later on, and you will for sure find out soon. Don't you worry about that. But right now, this is where everything goes downhill for me. Not even a downhill to be honest, just a vertical drop, you know, with spikes at the bottom while people throwing salt at you to make it even more painful. It was pretty bad. Or was it? Yeah, it was pretty bad. Somewhat later into the game, I thought of a genius idea. And that genius idea was, if I stayed around the fracture location, I could just wait for the enemies to come to me, which then I get to kill them and steal their core files, and deposit the files in a short distance. And if you didn't get what I said, in other terms, I was camping like a little bitch. Hey, at least it worked for me, alright? And at the end of the day, I got myself a Talon. So hate all you want. Oh, for f***'s sake. Anyways, you'd think because, you know, we're losing by a lot, I'd utilize my score streak and the H.I.V. E well and effectively. And just looking back at this clip right now, what the f*** was I trying to do? Oh wait, I know, I was trying to give my Talon a fucking HIV infection. You know what, I think I just contracted AIDS from just looking at that. And that's me playing. What the fuck was I thinking? But anyways, with the little amount of brain cells I have left in my head, I decided to actually put some common sense into me and for once actually play the game seriously. For like 2 seconds. And that was pretty much the match. You're probably thinking right now, well, what happened to the rest of the game? Essentially, most of my teammates gave me and some other guy the middle finger and pushed us off that vertical jump that I was talking about. And left the game. So me and my other teammate were essentially at the end of those spikes. At the end of that grueling match, I got 2 crypto keys and got some attachments unlocked. Was it worth it in the end? Probably not. Second game of the episode is domination on the map Berserk. And again, I'm gonna say this right now, this match was essentially the same as the last game, except the complete opposite. Yeah, I kicked some Call of Duty ass. It almost felt like the Activision gods thought that it was time for me to have my fair share in destroying some noobs. I mean, just look how easy it was. I'm just playing around with this guy, I'm not even trying. You fucking bitch, you stole my kill! But anyways, as you can see, we are literally dominating the other team. And dominating is a generous term in itself, but we're gonna use that term because I really don't want to go into detail on how we f***ed the other team up, physically and mentally. So instead, I'm just gonna show you and let you be the judge of how much of a destruction I've created.
Are you gonna talk?
Dude, I was just about to commentate over some epic music. Great, now I've gotta do this all over again. I start the streak with a simple kill, but follow it up with another 2. Triple kill, bitch. As I get my first score streak, the UAV. But this was just the beginning for many things to come. Just shutting down anyone that comes in my way. Nothing can stop me now. Oh, you got a Tempest? Well, I got a fucking Weevil. Sit down. Where are you going? Sit down, bitch. As I reach my talon and drop one more noob until I run out of bullets. But this didn't stop me as I end the match with a punch to the dick. So yeah, everything in this match went well for me, except for that one time, you fucking bitch, you stole my kill! But anyways, after the game, I only ended up with 1 crypto key and a suppressor attachment. And so for the next match, I wasn't sure which game mode to pick, so I decided to choose Search and Destroy. Yeah, I really don't know why I do this to myself. Like, first of all, when it comes to Call of Duty, I am not, and I repeat, not a patient guy. So stuff like waiting between rounds could actually be the death of me. And I'm not actually kidding. And so finally, after waiting, it was time to carry the momentum from the last game into this game. So while playing Search and Destroy, I have learnt one major thing. And that was, it really shows how good or bad you are in this game. So for example, if you're bad at this game mode, you're pretty much horrible in the game. But if you're good, you're like some pro MLG player. And so now you're probably wondering, how well did I go? Well, let me tell you, I didn't get a fucking kill. That's how well I did. Moving on quickly because I don't want to be reminded about that complete and utter embarrassment, it was time to just settle down and go to basics. You know, a simple team deathmatch on the map Fringe. Anyways, the first few minutes weren't really that interesting. I mean, I started well and I got myself a H.I.V. Still doesn't get old, does it? But anyways, I only got 1 kill with that. So, yeah. But the action really got started near the end of the match. With a shaky start, I knew I had to finish strong. I've stocked up on ammo and my reflexes are on point. And from this time on, I was simply unstoppable. I get my HIV specialist once again and started spreading it around the house so that no one will come get me from behind. However, the opponents simply did not care about them as they ran straight into them, contracting all sorts of nasty shit. With the back protected, I focused on what was in front of me as I dropped 2 people down and get my UAV. However, the more I stayed in this position, the more people tried to take me down. But I was simply too smart for them as I maintained my distance so I'd be untouchable. Are you serious? You're trying to get me with my own medicine? You know, just But I wasn't done there. No, I was far from done. I noticed an enemy in the house, but he simply would not come out. So I shoot randomly, hoping for him to see my red dot on the minimap. And all of a sudden, I got his attention and he started coming after me. But just like every single Yu-Gi-Oh show,
you triggered my trap card!
And that was the game. Much better than the last game. In fact, a lot better. But nevertheless, I ended with 2 crypto keys, which means 3 more, and we get to have another spin. Nice!